Skull, wearing white with gold, officially weighing in at 159.5 pounds. His professional record.
Huge crowd in attendance, many of them on their feet in anticipation for this much anticipated fight. According to ShowStats,
Canelo has made it clear he's stepping into the ring for nothing less than a victory over Skull. But Skull is no easy opponent, and he's proven that point just as clearly.
With this Cuban style of boxing, what kind of fight are you expecting to this man, William Skull?
Oh, I expect the same. At the beginning, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but I'm different Canelo now, and he's gonna feel it Saturday.
Since the moment the fight was announced, Canelo has looked laser-focused, with one message loud and clear. He plans to punish William Skull. He hasn't traveled halfway across the globe just to scrape out a win. This isn't just another title defense. It's his debut fight outside North America and the beginning of a new 4-fight contract under a Saudi Arabian promotional banner.
Canelo fans, please pray for Canelo. He's about to fight William Skull in Saudi. Pray for Canelo, bro. Pray for Canelo, bro.
Bro, but don't you get it? Canelo will never lose because Turkey needs him to win.
Yeah,
so
he's not gonna lose.
There's no way Turkey gets his Crawford fight if Canelo loses, so that's not happening.
It's a deeper.
In his most recent verbal strike, Canelo didn't bother hiding his disdain for Skull. When Skull made a remark about eating well on Saturday, Canelo instantly fired back, "The only thing on his plate will be my right hand." That kind of cold, confident threat is typical of Canelo. Sharp, calculated, and cutting. Every time he speaks, it's as if he's reminding everyone, especially his opponent, that talk doesn't win fights. The truth, he insists, gets revealed in the ring.
Canelo, can I get your remarks on Skull's comments that he said he's going to eat you in the ring on Saturday night?
I have my kids here. If no, I can't say what he's gonna eat on Saturday. But he's gonna eat punches. That's what he's gonna eat. And that way he's gonna eat.
Canelo has been under the spotlight since his teenage years. He's faced legends like Floyd Mayweather, Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Caleb Plant. He's fought across multiple weight classes, constantly pushing his limits, always chasing legacy. Now, he's on the path to reclaim undisputed status, and this fight with Skull is a key step along the way. While Canelo's journey is lined with belts and high-profile bouts, William Skull enters as a hungry, undefeated challenger.
I'm taking nothing away from Skull. I see what could be a very handy, if not easy, win for Canelo.
Yeah, matches up to the minus 6,600 line according to Las Vegas.
Is that all it is? Minus 66?
Yeah, that's...
Wow.
The Cuban fighter boasts a spotless 23-0 record, including 9 knockouts. He's coming off a decisive win over Vladimir Shishkin, a victory that earned him the IBF title. Ironically, it's the same IBF belt Canelo once held before vacating it to pursue other opportunities. That detail alone raises the stakes. Skull isn't just defending a title, he's aiming to beat the man who gave it up, as if it meant nothing. For a fighter like Skull, who's had to claw for every opportunity, that's the kind of motivation that can't be ignored.
I'm about to be a 2-time undisputed fighter, so that's all about.
You mentioned the Cuban style up there. What other challenges does Skull present to you?
Oh, he's a very skillful fighter. He's got a lot of talent, and but I've been in with all kind of styles, so I can adapt myself to any fight.
Skull doesn't carry himself like your typical flashy underdog. He's calm, almost cold when he speaks. He talks strategy, not emotion. He shows no interest in trash talk or hype. "I fled Cuba, crossed borders, and now I'm here to win," he said, summing up his journey in one powerful line. He understands what this moment means. He isn't here just to put on a good fight. He's here to win, and he truly believes he can. While the media centers its attention on Canelo and the fans roar for the Mexican superstar, Skull remains a dangerous opponent with nothing to lose. And fighters like that are always the ones to watch out for.
Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, you've been a part of 66 professional fights. Does number 67 this week feel a little bit different?
Feels the same for me. I love boxing, I enjoy boxing, and for me it's the same. I'm very excited to be here in Riyadh. That's the only change. It's one of my dreams, fighting in another country. Now I'm about to do it. I'm excited. It's the same for me. It's the same, excited, motivated.
Yet not everyone is sold on Skull's chances. Recently, Nigel Benn came forward with a sharp critique, recalling a sparring session between Skull and his son, Conor Benn. According to Nigel, Skull was winded by the 4th round, started asking, for breaks in the 5th and didn't make it out for the 8th. He was sitting on the ring rope because he was tired, Nigel claimed. Conor put it on him. He couldn't even come out for round 8. It's a brutal account, and not the kind of talk any fighter wants surfacing ahead of a showdown with one of boxing's biggest stars.
You know, Nigel's a religious man, so he's not really going to want to lie. But it's very hard to believe. Look at the size difference between Conor Benn and William Skull. Skull's absolutely huge compared to him. Second of all, Skull's probably in the hardest training camp of his life. He's training to fight Canelo. I doubt he's getting stopped by Conor Benn, who's way smaller than him. It's hard to...
But sparring is sparring, not the real fight. Skull's supporters argue that every fighter has off days in training. What matters is how you perform under the lights, with gloves on, when the world is watching. And some respected voices believe Skull will do more than just hold his own. Rising star David Morrell, himself undefeated, has publicly stated that Skull is being seriously underestimated. Morrell has studied his amateur fights, watched his development, and believes the Cuban has what it takes. He's very strong, very dedicated, and disciplined, Morrell said, adding that if the judges do their job fairly, Skull could pull off one of the year's biggest upsets.
Then I fight back round, I think 5, he was up, no, because Conor only has 40 seconds rest. And then what he was doing in between the middle of the rounds, he was sitting on the rope because he was tired. Then it came to round 5, 6, 7, started feeling the pace. This is William Skull, IBF champion.
Superstar.
Then
Morrell's opinion carries weight. He's not just a fan with an opinion. He's a fellow fighter preparing for his own war against David Benavidez, another name in Canelo's orbit. So when someone like Morrell tells people to take Skull seriously, it's worth noting. Fighters notice things casual fans don't. Movement, discipline, timing, flaws hidden beneath the surface. And Morrell seems genuinely convinced that Skull is not just showing up to survive. He's coming to win.
Telling me that Canelo will stop William Skull. I think yes, Skull obviously beats Shishkin to win the vacant title last October, but I mean, I don't think he's great. The rest of his record is fairly padded, in my opinion. Yes, Canelo probably is at his best. We'll come to that next, but I still think he's got enough to maybe even stop Skull. So I'll go with Canelo. It'll be at second half of the fight stoppage for me. Around 8, 9, 10 is probably...
Adding to the drama of Fight Week is the looming presence of Terence Crawford. Canelo versus Skull isn't happening in isolation. Everyone knows that a Canelo victory sets the stage for a potential mega fight against Crawford in September, a showdown that could crown the true undisputed king at super middleweight. Crawford, an elite technician and undisputed welterweight champion, would be stepping up to face the physically bigger Canelo. The matchup is already being hinted at by Turki Al-Sheikh, the driving force behind Saudi Arabia's high-stakes boxing events, who's been pouring resources and vision into making these global bouts happen.
I know that Canelo's getting ready to fight Terence Crawford around September, but he has William Skull in front of him, a guy who's hungry and has a really huge opportunity. Canelo Alvarez kind of in a small decline. Not saying that he is. I love Canelo, my favorite boxer ever. But Canelo in these recent fights have made the fights a lot closer than they should be against his opponents. I'm expecting Canelo to get the win. I don't know if he's going to get a knockout or a decision, but I think the fight's going to be a lot closer than people may.
But what if Canelo doesn't get past Skull? That's where the stakes skyrocket. There's already a blueprint in motion. Titles at stake, millions on the line, legacy-defining moments being drawn up. And right now, Skull is the one man standing in the way. He knows it. He knows he wasn't the original pick. He knows Canelo could have chosen to fight Edgar Berlanga instead. But now that he's here, Skull seems determined to seize the spotlight by force.
You feel slighted?
I could have had the Skull fight. No, knew that I had Skull in my DM. Me and him was talking. He was telling me send the contract. He made a video, send me the contract. I was gonna beat him. Like Skull was easy work. Now Canelo gotta come, cause he want that undisputed. Look, now he's fighting Skull and May.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's about this, bro. And if
even Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both Canelo and Crawford, weighed in recently. In a fresh interview, his focus shifted toward Crawford, praising the American's intelligence, speed, and overlooked power. You need everything in this game: IQ, movement, power, speed. Crawford has it all, Khan said, adding that many underestimate how hard Crawford hits. His comments may be aimed at the potential Canelo versus Crawford showdown, but they point to something deeper. Canelo's power is feared, but it's Crawford's brain that might ultimately tip the scales. All the predictions, the debates, the noise, it's what makes this moment so electric. On one side, you've got Canelo, the tested warrior, experienced, precise, and always dangerous. On the other, Skull, the quiet storm shaped by hardship, fueled by Cuban grit, undefeated and unbothered.
Like me, I can adapt myself to any style. This is not going to be the exception. But, you know, he's a champion, and I want to be undisputed again. And I think it's a good match for me.
When the bell rings in Riyadh, it'll come down to two men and pure willpower. Canelo says it'll be a different experience for Skull, and he likely means it. But Skull insists he's calm, composed, and prepared. He says he's endured too much in life to fold now. Some are already scripting Canelo's next chapter,